Hi everyone, I thought I'd do a little day in the life of a homeschool, homestead, homemaker mum here in New South Wales, Australia. I have 6 children ranging in age from 1 through to 14. We have high schoolers, we have primary schoolers, and we have a baby and a toddler coming along for the ride as well. So this morning I started the day with some pancakes. I found this pancake batter mix in the cupboard and I really want to use it up. It's been hanging around there for a while. It's the Kiala brand mix. I like to pick these up when they're half price at Coles regularly. Great way to stock up the cupboard for when you don't have the other things you need to whip up some pancakes, right? So I think this was close to shopping day. I can see I had 1 egg there left, and 1 egg does not go far, feeding 8 people. So this particular pancake batter does not need any eggs added. It's just got everything you need in there, and you add some milk in there. So I've got a couple of little helpers there next to the stove. That is the way it always is. And as you can hear, I've got a little helper here helping me record this voiceover. That's my 1-year-old. She's just saying hello. She's telling me she's done with her raspberries. She just finished eating. Okay, so, we're just going to get these pancakes done. This is the very first thing every morning. So I will wake up and I will make myself a cup of tea really quick and just get into feeding the kids. I have found that making more of a slower morning and doing other things before I get the meal out just doesn't seem to work for my family. They seem to wake up hungry. They seem to wake up pretty grumpy. So I get straight into the food manufacture line. Today is a school day, so I find the best move to make after breakfast, this is even before I get dressed for the day or get anybody ready, is to just spend some time with the babies. So I'm playing with my 1-year-old and my 3-year-old, and then I'm just going to read them a book. And I find giving them that bit of eye contact, one-on-one time, or small group time with me, I guess, really helps them to feel more stable and calm and ready to entertain themselves for a bit while I do schoolwork with the other kids. On those yummy cakes. Okay, so I've just handled any essential chores. We've cleaned the kitchen. My older children And my younger children as well, actually. They'll take turns emptying the dishwasher and also stacking the dishwasher, and I'll just sort of come along afterwards and finish off what needs to be done, wipe down the benches and all that kind of thing. Then I've taken the breakfast scraps out to the pigs, and the kids have just had a quick run around out there and burnt off a bit of energy, and the younger ones are just playing out there and playing through the house and doing their own thing for now, while I make myself a hot drink. And actually, you never really just make yourself a hot drink, okay? When you're a mum and you've got a few kids around, you're always going to be making a good half dozen drinks there if you have something yummy. So I'm just having a hot chocolate. I like that. It's just some cacao and maple syrup, and I dissolve that in a bit of boiling water, and then I'm just topping that off with frothy milk. And this is like my get-going drink, you know. I don't drink coffee at the moment, so I'll just have this hot chocolate, and then I'm going to get into my lessons with my older girls. So at the moment we are studying Australian history together. This is a really good curriculum. It's like a unit study, but it involves multiple different subjects at once. So we are covering everything from English to art to history, all these different topics while studying the one book. So I'll spend a good hour with my older children there doing schoolwork together, and then they will go off and do their separate subjects while I move on to organising lunch for everybody. So the older girls know to go and work on their maths independently, and I'm there if they need me while I get on with household chores. So if it's possible, I definitely try to keep the lunch dishes for school days as easy, as simple as possible. So I had some leftover beef mince. This was after having tacos or burritos for dinner the night before. So I had some leftover, just sort of, fairly neutral beef mince cooked up in the fridge. So I've taken some tortilla chips and just covered that with grated cheese and the leftover beef mince, and then I've put that in the oven just as an easy nacho thing. So I'm serving up some for the kids here. Some of them will just have it plain cheese and meat, and then anybody else can add whatever toppings they like, sour cream, salsa, spring onion, all that kind of thing. And this is just a quick, easy, hit the ground running lunch when we've been spending the morning doing school. We order a mixed vegetable and fruit box, and then we order an additional fruit box. So you can see here we've got a huge bag of lettuce, we've got some organic spinach there. Here we've got a huge bunch of spring onion, a bunch of local radishes, which I don't know how I'm going to use because I'm not huge on radish, but we've worked it out. We have a bunch of bananas, organic avocado, and here, I believe, are mushrooms. Yes, some beautiful brown mushrooms. Tomatoes, carrots, a few apples. We have got potatoes down here, zucchini, cucumber, a sweet potato, mega sweet potato there, some broccoli heads, which is pretty cool, and some oranges. These organic oranges are so good. Here we have some beans. Now, I also pay an additional cost for an add-on for a bag of brown onions, garlic, red onions in here, and I think there's some ginger as well usually. Yes, there's ginger. Over here is our, just a second. Okay, so this is the additional fruit box. We've got some interesting stuff like pomegranates in here. I have been using those on top of salads and it is actually totally delicious. We've got a couple more bananas, lots more apples, some pears, a few more oranges, and we've got these beautiful tiny mini watermelons, which will be amazing. Cut them up and have as a snack. Now I also order as an add-on 3 dozen eggs and 4 loaves of organic sourdough bread. So this is my equivalent of a midweek grocery haul. I'll take all these goodies and we will eat them over the next week. The only thing that I then need to add in midweek generally is milk. So the baby has fallen asleep in my arms while we were finishing up school lessons after lunch. So I'm going to go and put her down for a nap and I'm going to take a little rest myself. So this is the time of the afternoon where we all have something sweet. It's either something that I've made or we might have some fresh fruit for afternoon tea, and then everybody runs wild outside and just enjoys that afternoon, the cool afternoon after a day of school and getting things done around the house. Now we just want to relax and play outside for a bit. After that, we'll be straight into dinner time and then moving on to showers and then bedtime. So this is my basic day in the life for a regular school day that we'll have during probably 4 days a week on a usual day. It's not necessarily the day in the life for my kids. Several of them attend activities, classes, groups, and we will have other family members take them to those, so they may be coming and going. We do have a lot of free play time and just time hanging around the farm, helping with animals, chores, all that kind of stuff. That's normal day-to-day life here. So this is our routine that currently works. Things are always changing, especially as children grow and their needs change. And also we have a different weekly routine as well. So one day a week we catch up with other homeschooling families that live locally, and we all get together and spend some time together playing board games or card games or just chatting and hanging out with other families on the same kind of journey. And then other days we might go somewhere like the local river or go for a swim at the local pool. We'll spend some time out and about outside the property somewhere else. And another day of the week I like to take everybody out to the library and out maybe just get some things at the shops And then, of course, we've got those other routines around the home, like every 2 weeks we get a major delivery, and for 8 people it is a lot of food. So it takes quite a lot of energy. Even just getting that delivered takes quite a bit of work to put everything away and manage those deliveries. So we have all those routines and those things that come and go and change. But this is currently what's working for us. I'm enjoying this routine. I find that I go to bed early, I get the kids to bed early, and I make sure I get enough rest so that I'm ready to go the next day. So here I'm putting together dinner, the last meal of the day, and then the kitchen will be cleaned down and that's it, we'll be done. So I'm making some honey soy beef with noodles and some broccoli on the side. I've learned over the years that it works for our family to serve things in a semi-deconstructed style. So I serve many things kind of buffet style. Instead of cooking this up as a stir fry that I might have done just for my husband and I will boil the noodles separately, keep them served in a bowl. Then I'll fry up the beef separately, offer that to the kids in a bowl, and I will offer the broccoli on the side. And that way everybody can take what they will actually eat. It's much less stress for me and much more enjoyable and less pressure for the children as well. They know they can choose what they would like for dinner, and I ensure they get plenty of fresh fruit throughout the day and fresh raw vegetables as well. So I don't really sweat whether they are eating every part of the meal. It's just not worth the stress in the long run. Thanks for coming along on my daily routine today. It's been wonderful to have your company. If you've enjoyed this content, please feel free to like, to comment, to subscribe, and just let me know that you're here watching along, and I'll see you next time. Bye.